Hi, welcome back to another GCCYS website tips and tricks. This tutorial is going to talk briefly about how to enter gym availability. Parish coordinators who coordinate fall, winter, or spring leagues for teams at their parish or school will need to communicate gym availability to the league in order for the league to schedule games in their gyms. Parishes or schools might also designate a gym scheduler to fill this role. In either case, the gym scheduler or the coordinator can access this gym availability form from their portals menu. By coming up here to portals, they can either choose from their coordinator menu the season setup, enter gym availability, or they can choose it from their coordinator portal itself by clicking on coordinator. When their portal appears, it has a variety of information available, but the information we're interested in right now is found by scrolling down to the season setup. Under season setup, there are different blocks of information such as gym availability, team registration, team schedule conflicts, and team rosters. To enter gym availability, simply click on the Gym Availability Calendar button. This will pop up a different interface which will show a calendar that has entered gym availability for the gyms this parish or school has at their disposal. So far, no availability has been entered, so we're going to come over here to the left side of the screen and look at the Add Calendar Entry. Here's a few notes available for coordinators to help them manage this interface. But we're going to go ahead and click on Add Calendar Entry. So first we're going to choose the gym that we're entering information for. We'll go ahead and choose the St. Luke Parish Center gym. And then we're going to go ahead and start entering availability dates. So let's say we're entering information for the fall season, which starts the last weekend in August. And let's go ahead and enter availability for Saturdays. So we're going to choose the first Saturday of the season, the 27th. And we're going to say that the gym is going to be available from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And 8 p.m. will be the time that the last match can end, or the last game can end. Now we could enter in availability for single dates over and over again, but that takes quite a bit of time. And in many cases, gym availability is the same from week to week over the course of a season. So we can take advantage of this repeat function by checking this box here. And that opens up a whole nother set of information that we can enter. First, you have to specify whether this is a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly repeat. In almost all cases that we're dealing with here, it's weekly. So we're going to say on all Saturdays, and it repeats every week. If you have an every other week situation, you can put 2, but we're going to leave it at the default of 1. And we're going to choose Saturday. Let's come in here and we need to indicate when the repeating should stop. You can enter a number of occurrences if you'd like. I think it's a little more specific, less ambiguous if you enter an actual date. So we're going to say that this repeating gym availability is going to end on Saturday, November 5th. Now if there's a Saturday in that time frame that the gym isn't open, let's say that the gym isn't going to be available on Labor Day weekend on the 3rd, we can go ahead and add that in here. It'll create availability for all dates in between August 27th and November 5th. It'll just exclude the 3rd. Lastly, we'll choose the status that we want to indicate to the league. In most cases, it's available to league. If you want to enter in availability here or if you want to enter in other statuses for your own purpose, as your availability and gym calendar is only available to coordinators at your parish or school or the league. It's not visible to other parishes. You can do that as well. Once you've chosen the status, you simply click on the Submit button, and the form will be submitted to the system. And it says up here your submission has been saved. If there's an issue with it, it would have put an error message in this box. So now we can come up here and choose St. Luke Parish Center Gym. We're going to click Apply, and then it's going to show us what the calendar looks like. We started this in August, so let's come here. Okay, so now you see in this box here that from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. starting on Saturday the 27th, the St. Luke Parish Center Gym is available. You see the green color of the box. You see on Saturday, September 3rd, there is no availability as we specified, and then on the other Saturdays there is availability as well. Okay, so let's add in another entry. We're going to stick with the Parish Center Gym, although you can, if you have multiple gyms in your parish or school, you can do this for all of them, whether it's 1, 2, or 10. And we're going to come here again, and we're going to give it some weekday availability. We're starting on Thursday the 25th, and we're going to say our gym is available from 6 to 9. Again, the last game or match should end at 9. Also notice here, when we're entering repeating dates, which we're going to do, that this date here should always be the same date as the date up here. This is really setting up what the initial time frame looks like for that first day, and then we're going to repeat that date. So if you have an entry that you want to go from August 25th through, say, November 1st, don't put November 1st in here. That will create incorrect data and really fill up your calendar in a way you don't want it to. So we're going to leave that as August 25th. We're going to click Repeat. We're going to do weekly again, and it's going to be on Thursdays. You must choose the date. Now we're also going to say that we have the same availability on Fridays, so we don't have to enter in a whole nother gym availability form. We can just say Thursdays and Fridays are going to be available from 6 to 9. We're going to go here and say it's going to end, the availability is going to end on August or October 28th. We won't exclude dates this time. It's available to the league. We'll submit. Okay, submission has been saved. So again, we're going to come here, look at the Parish Center. There we go. And we'll see, now we have 6 to 9 availability on Thursdays and Fridays. I believe we made that through the end of October. True. Okay. So that's really it in a nutshell, how you can enter in this information. Now once you've entered it in, the league is going to set a date where scheduling will begin. Once that date starts, whatever you've entered here as your gym availability is locked in. So the league is going under the assumption that your gym is available on the time specified to schedule games. So if you have a change in your gym availability, please contact the league as soon as possible after the scheduling process has begun. If the scheduling process has not begun, you can simply edit the calendar entries by clicking on any of the dates. So let's go in here and let's change Saturdays around a bit. So we click on that box, It lists all the times, remember this was repeating, that this was available, so we're going to simply edit this. We click on the edit button, and it brings up a similar form that we saw earlier. So what we want to do here, we're going to say, actually, we cannot be up until 8 p.m. We're going to be up until 7 p.m. Change that. And let's add one more exception in here. Let's say we're not going to be available on the 3rd, but also on the 10th. Going to click Save. And there we go.